Today I'm going to present a research paper. The topic is Improving Native American Children's Listening Comprehension Through Concrete Representations. Citation. This paper was completed by 3 researchers in 2007. The contents of my presentation include introduction, method, results and discussion. The final part is my reflection. In the first, I want to clarify that Native American children are American Indians. They are from a reservation in the southwestern United States, so English is not their first language. Introduction. Humans make sense of their environment through 3 modalities. They are action, imagery, and language. We mainly perceive what we see or hear through these 3 elements. And in 2004, researchers proposed a research finding that text-relevant motor activity enhanced indexing process improve students' ability to generate visual images, to represent the passages, events, and have positive cognitive consequences. In the motor activity, students manipulated the toys to represent the events described in a narrative passage. So the purpose of the study was to determine whether recent findings documenting the benefits of text-related motor activities on young children's memory for reading passages could be extended to the text processing of Native American children. And the method. The participants in this study were 45 Native American children, 3rd through 7th grade students with academic learning difficulties in southwestern United States. And these participants were distributed into 3 conditions. They are free study condition, visual condition, and manipulate condition. There were 15 students in each condition. And the materials were 4 12-sentence stories and the toy objects. Students could see or manipulate these toys during the storytelling. And period. Each strategy condition is for 35 minutes. So the procedure 1. Strategy 1 is in free study condition. For story 1, students could see the toys and needed to think about what was happening in the story. After story 1, the toys were covered with a blanket. And for story 2 and 3, students need to listen to the story and then thought about the story events.
Story events.
Events. And for story 4, students should close their eyes and do free recall and CYUT recall activity. Strategy 2 is in manipulate condition. For story 1, 2, and 3, students could manipulate the toys and then thought about the story events. After story 3, the toys were invisible. For story 4, students did the same thing as in free study condition. And strategy 3 is in visual condition. For story 1, 2, and 3, students could see the toys and then they needed to close eyes and thought about the story events. After story 3, the toys were invisible. And for story 4, students did the same thing as in former conditions. Results and discussion. At the end of every story, students were required to do free recall and CYUT recall activities. For free recall questions include propositions, objects, actions, and locations. So in story 1 and 3, story 2 and 3, that in visual condition and manipulate condition, the scores are higher than in free study condition. So we can say that students' recall of orally presented text passages was greatly enhanced by manipulate activity. And we can also say that a comparable degree of facilitation was produced by visual representation of story events. However, in story 4, we cannot see the scores. The scores didn't show any differences among the three conditions. So we can say that students were not able to produce their own visual representations for story 4. And the researcher held 3 possible explanations to the results. First, because students had academic learning difficulties, so they had inability to generate text-relevant visual imagery. And second, students did not fully understand the directions. So, because English is a second language for most of them. And third, because each condition is for 35 minutes, so in story 4, students may lose attention, interest, and effort. And my reflection, first, we cannot tell the students' competence in each condition. And second, is it necessary to conduct the study with 4 stories? I think 2 or 3 stories are enough, since the procedure in each condition are almost the same. Besides, students seem to be tired in story 4.
Good reflection.
Thanks for your listening.